So this channel cleaner, just finished installing it. I did very little with the mechanical part compared to the farmer, Garrett the Geis. He built this new pond here to store the manure in, and we got this new machine here. My job was to put that motor, hook it all up, and run the conduit from this corner of the barn, as you can see right there. It's a 1-inch PVC pipe. So that motor there, it's a 5 horsepower, 230 volt, single phase, turns in one direction only. And I just robbed those boxes and everything up from up there. If you can see the conveyor up there going up in there, that's how it used to go, the fence covering it. So now he's got a whole new chain drive. What happens is there's these same kind of channel cleaners coming through the barn, bringing all the manure into this pit, and then this pit shoots it down in here, and then that PTO pump now is going to pump it out. So, and here's another one of the channel cleaner motors right there. So on the other end of the barn is the electrical room. This 1-inch PVC conduit goes all the way up and over and then down into the electrical room. So what we ran over here was 2 number 8s, which was what was going up there, and then 2 control wires to operate a mag inside of that box. This here is just a disconnect. That's a dud 120 volt that was up there. We didn't run power for that. So this is called a Gia Farm Technologies tool. I don't know where it comes from. I think it came from Quebec. See the nameplate on the thing down there. Serial number. So we had to, there was a concrete wall going across right there. You see that empty spot? You can actually see where the concrete was a wall there. So we cut that with a concrete gas-powered saw, and then we sledgehammered it all out. So that's the project. That's the concrete saw right there. You put a water hose on the thing. It's down on the left there, the orange little knobby. Here you can see the paddles operating. So they catch manure, which comes down this lane down there, and it brings it all right there. You can see that pile there, and then it dumps it into this pit, and then it takes it around and then out to that pit out there. So here's the north side of the barn, and that's the south side of the barn where we put that new channel scraper. So he's got 2 channel scrapers, one coming down this aisle from that door, one coming down that aisle from that door. Sliding roll-up doors, and then they dump them into those pits there, and then our new channel scraper hauls it all down there into the pit, and then he's going to hook up his PTO on the tractor to pump it up into this big lagoon, manure lagoon here. So his old system here, the way he used to get the manure up there was through this paddle system. And the 5 horsepower motor was up there. I'll take you a quick look up there. The problem they had with this system is it kept freezing up and all kinds of mechanical issues. So this is going to be a more efficient system, less downtime, save money that way. And then over here, this is a pump for when it would collect too much water, because when this system gets too much water, it can't pull up with paddles the manure. So they had to have a water pump to do that. So it was an inefficient system. So here's the other end where we knocked out this wall here with that saw and sledgehammer. It was a lot of work. And we put it, Garrett put in this 180-degree knuckle. We had to see that green thing there. So we cut the concrete straight down there and bolted it, one bolt that way and then 4 bolts on the bottom. So he's going to be happy now that he doesn't have to suck poop out anymore with his vacuum truck. It's all going to be done by his new pump system. So here's one of the channel scrapers. There's 3 of them. And the way this works, as you can see, it goes, takes a 90 there, and it goes down the whole lane where the cows are. And it comes up there automatically. The cows are used to it going by. So I'm going to take you up to the barn here now where the manure lagoon is. And it's quite a treacherous little slope here. You can slip on your behind with this mud here when it's raining. It's very treacherous getting up here, and then getting past all of these blackberry bushes is another challenge. But that's the lagoon pond out there. And there's the old conveyor system. I took the motor off by those 2 upright creosote treated poles. And took all the guts off of the motor, like the junction boxes. Yeah, so we were up late working on that thing 2 nights ago in the rain, and it was freezing, trying to get it working, and all of a sudden 15 minutes after it's on, it just shuts down. So he started using a sucker truck. That was on Saturday. Today is Thursday. So that's the manure pond. He told me a story one time. A cow got in here, and the way he got out there was flopping plywoods out to walk on the pond. And then probably when he got to the cow, which was swimming, he said that I think he probably tied a rope on. I don't know for sure. So here's another vantage point. Look at the old system. The motor was right on here, and that thing's about, felt like 100 pounds, but maybe it's only 80. And there's, I think, the pipe where it's going to be shooting out now. Not too sure about that, where his pipe is going to shoot it out. It seems like a small pipe there. That's only like, looks like a 4-inch diameter. So this was quite a job, man. I tell you what, being out here in the cold working on this, I always have looked up to farmers. It's hard work, dangerous, but they can get a lot of work done. Those guys have been doing it all their life. So part of the problem with this old system, like I was telling you, you can't get water to come up a slope. And these paddles here, they would freeze. And these chain links, it's really tricky working with that chain. They have links that are tied together by, that are screwed like a bolt. And it's quite a challenge getting those things on. You can see the gear mechanism on the front up there. You got to watch how you walk here, or you're going to be down there swimming in the poop. So there's the gear mechanism. I'll zoom it in, see if I can zoom it in. Yeah, right there. So this now is obsolete, this whole system. Scrap metal guys might want to come and talk to Garrett and get some money off of that metal. I don't know what he wants to do with it. So now you take you into the barn and show you how these alley manure automatic scrapers work. See that? There we go. It just goes really slow. The cows are used to it. Cleans it up nice. And then on this part here where they don't go, they just scrape it off with a scraper now and then. So each lane here pushes it down, and then it goes out to our new channel scraper. So this is the electrical room. Up there is the conduit that I ran. It goes all the way across the other side of the barn. And God helped us to do a good job on it. The customer's happy. Christian brother Garrett DeGeis. So what I had to do was, here's our conduit, the new one. Before it was a 3/4 inch steel going out through this hole into a junction box outside. You can't see it, but it's up there on the wall. And we just kept everything the same. Got some extra wire. It's on this disconnect. Just a fuse disconnect is all it is. And the control wires are through this box. It's just 2 wires to open and close to the mag out on the spot. He's talking about wanting to put a hand off auto switch out there, which we can do easily. And so yeah, just pulled out all the old wires, which was quite a challenge. We saved money on wires by using the old wires, but it just made a little extra work. But it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, so I got to do some work instead of putting into copper. And so we pulled those wires and had to lay them all out on the dirty, muddy, snowy road, and that was a challenge, just cleaning it. And then we fish taped it, and that was quite a job getting it in, cleaning it as we go. So yeah, here's the channel cleaner. It's a, what's it say, 40 amp breaker, and this 15 amp breaker was for the plug-in that was outside there. So that's the end of 23rd Psalm Handyman, Journeyman Electrician, and moving a motor for a nice customer to work for, Gary DeGeis.